Okay, so Ben and I have been practicing digraph sounds. So a digraph is when you have two consonants working together to make one sound. We only moved on to this once we have mastered the standard sounds from A to Z. So that would be the typical sounds that a letter makes. So for example, the letter C, we've just talked about how it makes a k sound. We haven't moved on to this sound. And then with your vowels, we have talked about both long and short vowels. And this is something that we do before we get into things like vowel pairs, when two vowels work together to make one sound. So one of the first things that we did is we made a new anchor chart. So this I just found online. We've already talked about TH because we have a few sight words that have that TH in it, like the and they and three. And now we're down to CH. So one of the first things to do is to help your kid recognize the CH sound in a word, whether or not it's at the beginning, middle, or end of the word. So I found a free set online with a bunch of CH words. They're usually 3 or 4 sounds within a word. It just makes it easier. And you don't have to do that. That just helps me. It takes stress off me because I don't have to think on the fly. So first thing I would do is say, Ben, our first word is chip. And I've already picked out the letters that he needs for that particular word set also. That's another helpful reason why you would pick that out early, because then they're not sorting through all the letters in the alphabet, just the ones that they need. So I've got my vowels up here, I have my consonants here, and then I have my CH down here, and I've already told Ben that this is going to stay together. So these are not going to split apart for any of these words. So for the word chip, here we go, ch-ip. And as he says the word, he's going to spell it with the letters. And we're going to go through that whole list. If they've really got it, you can add a couple words that are a little bit more complicated. So for example, one of the words was inch. So if you want to make it a little bit more complicated, you could start just adding consonants to the front of that. Some of them can be nonsense words, some of them can be real words. And then we even did this one for Christmas. Grinch. Okay, so once he has spelled the words with the letters, the next thing that you're going to do is I'm going to go through the list a second time, and this time I'm going to spell out the words with the letters, and he's going to read them back to me. So for example, I'm going to make this word, and he's going to read it. You don't want to? Okay, much. So we're going to do that a couple times. That usually takes about 20 minutes or so. This is after we've already... I know, he's being silly. So we've already gone through our sight words at this point, just like a quick review. At this point, what I would do is you always want them to do a little bit of reading each day once they get to that point. So I would go through some of our sight word texts or some of the books that we've already read and have them do a reread. You can do a review from another day. So like this one is 3 with a lot of TH words in it. So I could have them do that for a review, or I could pick a brand new one that I know is going to have some of those CH words in it. And you can ask them to find the CH words in the book. You can have them write them if you want a little bit of extra practice. Now, that after that point, you're probably at like 35-40 minutes, which is a good one-on-one lesson, and then we usually will transition to independent practice. And so we've already done all that. So this is the independent practice that I found for today. So it's a sound hound where you have a bunch of different pictures, and so we're going to cut them out and we're going to sort them based on where we hear that CH sound. This is great for independent work because there's no reading. It's literally just them recognizing the objects. Some of them can be like a little bit weird and they might not be sure exactly what it is. So like this thing right here, we know that because it's a CH word, this is a peach, but they might think that's like a plum or an apple. So you might just want to clarify that. Whenever we do this, I cut them into strips like this, and that way you can get a little bit of fine motor practice too with scissors, and they can just cut all the way down the line. Like this is what I would do in the classroom. It saves so much time, not only for you, but it's great practice for them.
Mom,
and it's
I want
relatively
you to cut the square.
No, you're gonna do it. It's relatively low risk cutting too, because even if they sort of like cut off at an angle, it's not a big deal. So once we've got these cut out, he's gonna go through and for this, I'm going to be available, but I'm not going to be actively engaging with him. So I'm probably going to be off to the side or, you know, in the kitchen working on something. And so once he's sorted these, he's going to come to me and have me check it first and make sure that it's correct. And once I've checked it, that's when he gets the glue stick and he can glue it down. And then from that point on, if he wants to color it, he can color it. Ben likes to tape his work up on this wall right here in front of us. Like this one. He worked pretty hard on. And then usually that gets you about like 10-15 minutes of independent work, which works out really well. So that's kind of what we're working on now. We're just going through each of those digraphs, and once he's mastered those, we might move into some more, careful just a second, more consonant blends. So like things like ST or TR, things like that. So where each letter makes its own individual sound.
Mom, could I like put these any square I was?
Well, you're gonna decide if the CH is at the beginning, the middle, or the end of the word.
Oh.
Do you want to show them how to do that?
Yeah.
Okay. So these scissors are actually probably a little bit bigger than what he would usually use, but I can't find the tiny scissors, and the other ones have Play-Doh on them. Go ahead. It's fine.
Why would I do that?
That's okay. We also have tape. So like if your kiddo gets really stressed out about slicing it too much, you can always tape it back together.
Tape it.
Tape it. All right, let's look at one of these. Which picture do you want to do it for practice? So you can see it. That one?
Yeah.
Yeah, that one's pretty cool. All right, I'm going to do this to just speed things up a little. All right, so he said he wants to do this one. So the first thing I'm going to say is, Ben, what is this?
Ostrich.
Ostrich. So in the word ostrich, we know that there's a CH sound. Is that going to be at the beginning, middle, or end of the word? Say ostrich.
At the end.
At the end. So he's going to put it right there on the end. And he's going to go through and do that with all of them. And then I'm going to check them and give him a glue stick. That's it.